Hey, I think this is live. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's live. So anyways, I had some really exciting news that I wanted to share, and I wanted to do it on a little video today so that I could save it forever because it's something that I want my family to remember forever. But today, we officially licensed the Cross Legacy as a business, and so we're a company now, and we can start hiring a team. And anyways, it's just really exciting for this to happen, but I was going to wait until December 1st to do it, and then I realized that today is our grandma's 93rd birthday, and I just thought it would just be such a cool thing to honor her forever and remember her birthday, that she's 93 today, and to now have this business. So the Cross Legacy is officially a business. We have a logo that we're getting trademarked, and we are working really hard to have our first merchandise, and it possibly might be out before Christmas. So we will see, for sure if it comes in, but I am working really hard to do something that's really special that would be made in America and non-toxic, and something that would last like many, many years and be something that people would want to ask for Christmas. So anyways, I'm just super excited, and I just want my grandkids and my great-grandkids always to remember that we signed up as a company today on our grandma's and their great-grandma's 93rd birthday, and those are her flowers over there that we're going to go drop off to her tomorrow when we get to see her. So I can't wait for her reaction. She's been so excited, not understanding anything about the internet or anything that's going on, and every day she's like, were you in the newspaper, were you this, were you that, and like how do I tell my friends about this, and all the things. And so it's just been so exciting to think that like she's pretty much as old as Queen Elizabeth, and has watched Queen Elizabeth grow up her entire life, and we always say that like I want to live a life that my grandmas would be proud of. And this is my husband's grandma, but my grandparents passed away when I was younger, and so she's actually been a part of my life a lot longer than my own grandparents have been. So thanks for all the hearts, you guys. So anyways, so yeah, that's what's exciting here that's going on. So Cross Legacy is officially a business, and that way we can start building a team and hiring employees and getting more help. And you want me to stand? I'll stand. That doesn't change it very much though. I'm totally standing now. I'm 3 inches taller. Can you see me now? So anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on, and she's proud. Thank you. So she's totally proud. And I can't wait. We're going to get the book printed off for her so she can see it, and just all the things. But just to know that our grandma is proud, and that forever our kids and our grandkids will know that we did this to honor our grandparents and to build a legacy and to change lives. And all these hearts are going to make me cry. I wish there was a way to like record this so I could see all the hearts. Anyways, she's 93, and I just always want to remember that this is her birthday, and this is the day that like we are really trying to make other families' lives change and teach other people produce hacks and grocery hacks and have food security in their houses. And it's not so much about changing our lives, which it has already, just how crazy this has all been, but it's truly, truly always will be about this calling on my heart to reach out to other moms and other families and try to make life better for you. And if that means that you have groceries in your fridge that are getting used and not thrown away, like that's so important to me. And I just am so excited about what's happening and what God's doing, and that already like 4 months in, like we've been in 11 newspapers, and like the book collab has came out, and all the people that have already, like, having groceries changed in their households and more produce for their kids, and just eating better and eating more whole foods and not throwing stuff away. And it just means the world to me. Every single message, I read every single message that we get, and I try to respond back to every single message that we get. And just all the moms that, like, I stopped buying produce because I kept throwing it away. And, like, every time I see that, it just makes me so happy to know that now people are trying to I'm reading comments and I can't concentrate. They're trying to feed their kids better and their families better and themselves better. And you don't have to be a house with allergies to want to keep, fresh berries in your fridge or fresh fruit in your house. And just, we know what it's like to struggle with worrying about if there's groceries, or if there's groceries before payday, or anything. Even like the day that my daughter was born, it was the day before payday, and we were like, "Ooh, what are we going to feed the other one?" Because it was the day before payday, and we were planning on going grocery shopping on payday, and I had a baby early, and so us learning how to save produce and save things isn't just for the fun of it. It's been because we've known what it's like to struggle with groceries, and now we know what it's like to have food in the house and not have to worry about it, and because we've learned how to keep it longer. So anyways, I'm going to scroll back here and look through the questions that I know, or comments, and I know that there is awkward when I do this, but if I don't do it this live, then I don't get to see them. So I am here. That was my big announcement, that we're trying to do something big possibly before Christmas. I'm really, really hoping. But let's see how we go. Possibly before Christmas, and then if not, it'll be right in January, but we're getting really close. And then if you guys have questions, I'll stay on here and talk to you guys as long as you want to. That was my announcement. So congratulations. We're so proud of you. Thank you. Renee rocks. And so blessed to glean from you. Oh, so touching. Thank you. I just wanted to always keep this video so I can just have it pop up as a memory and just remember this day. Congratulations. There we go. I need my MC here to read all the questions. You have been called and gifted. Thank you. I have prayed about what this was going to be for the last 5 years. I had a calling on my heart, like in 2015, that there was something that I was supposed to be doing that was going to mentor to other families, and I didn't know what that was, and nobody, like, I never, ever, ever would have guessed it was talking about my fridge. Like, never, ever would have guessed that. And I just knew that there was something brewing in my heart that was getting worked on. And so when we started this blog like 4 months ago, like, I thought it was going to be about our chickens and canning and all the things. I never would have guessed it would have been about keeping lettuce longer, or strawberries in a jar, or all the things. But it really goes to show you, like, in the last 2 years, like, if I would have started this 5 years ago, nobody would have cared. Like, everybody could just go to the grocery store, and they could, they could go to a restaurant whenever they wanted to, and they didn't worry about jobs being cut, or inflation, or trucks not coming, or all those things that now are things that we think about every single day. And it's amazing to see, like, the 11 newspapers that have been all around the world. Like, none of them in the US yet. They've all been, like, in the UK and Ireland and Africa and Australia, and it's just everywhere in the world people are struggling with trying to make sure that they have food in their house and that their food lasts longer. And it's just what God put on my heart right now, and I'm just letting him use me, whatever it's supposed to be, like, whatever this is. We have a team lined up of girls, ladies, other moms that are helping us, and they're set up to help me with the blog and with links and websites and all the behind the scenes craziness, because it gets crazy here. I get scroll brained and crazy and hyper and just I'm just so thankful that, you know, if these moms can work during their nap times and after dinner and early in the morning or whenever, and be able to help with content and help edit things and clean up things or get graphics out for turkey posts or anything, like, we're already like seeing how this could be a blessing to people that we are going to hire that are going to be our employees, just so we can reach out to other families. And I don't know. I don't know what this is going to end up being, but I really truly believe that God's doing something great, and He can use me. So, anyways, so happy birthday, Grandma. She's 93 today. We are going to go see her tomorrow. She is feisty as ever, and really just doing great and super healthy, and it's just super exciting to be part of her legacy. And yeah, so if anybody has any questions, I'm going to scroll through here. You can ask me anything, and I will stay here if you guys are asking questions, or we can pop off. Thank you for being here. Sometimes this gets stuck. People need this. Thank you, Go Viral Tech. I love that ham. Oh, Laura, that ham is going to be in an article for the for a UK Christmas post. So I'm kind of holding out posting it just yet, because that they've already asked for another article in the UK. So the glaze and all that stuff is going to be used for that. Our Lord blesses those who are faithful. Thank you. We're so excited for you. May He receive glory and honor. You are a willing vessel. Thank you. Big Guys Girl 101. That was who that said. I'm going to scroll. This is why people have two different screens they do this from. Your methods work. I've tried it in Canada. Woo woo. Thanks from Canada. What kind of team am I building? We don't know. So this is Go Viral Tech. I don't know anything about websites. Like, let's just be honest. I started a blogging course this summer because I felt like I was supposed to, with Lisa Farmhouse on Boone. And I took the class. Like, the very first couple posts were like just me trying to figure out how to make a post. Like, I know nothing about any of this. And but it just felt like I had something that I was supposed to share. And so, yeah, so we need video editing for sure. Like, once we finally start like making videos that aren't these question to A, you know, Q&A kind of questions, video editing and marketing. I would like to write a book. I would like to start a book and start telling my story, and that will need its own people. But and then we're getting people, just an assistant that is going to be my right hand person. And I thought when she started, it was going to be that she was going to help me with the dishes and all those kind of things, and she literally sat here at my counter while I was like like, hi Rachel. But, and then help with writing blog posts just so we can get them out sooner. Like, there's just so much that we're trying to do to try to get all this information out to you guys and reach as many families as we can. So right now we're like trying to do like 2 to 3 produce items a month, like for big blog posts about them. And then we have a year-long pantry, and I'd really like to be talking about how to get more food in your guys' houses so you have more food security without it being like a big prepper kind of thing, just little things that you can do at every grocery shopping trip that would help. And I think a book is coming really, really soon. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but I just know that there's something here, and we're willing to put every second. I was up until 4:30 in the morning, like literally every second. We have trying to build this. The questions freeze sometimes. Oh, my husband's straining. I love that you gave God glory. This is, to me, this is 100% a ministry. It's absolutely a calling on my heart, and it might not be a nonprofit thing, but we're trying to figure out how to make it into a foundation, like part of it into a foundation someday that we can help, like middle-class families that are middle-class families that are struggling with groceries or struggling with the power bill, like families that are working that don't meet those cutoffs for like government help, and because we know how hard that is. We know at one point my husband and I were working 5 jobs just to keep everything paid, and so we've been there. We know, and we want to just do what we can to make it better. So the main Cross Legacy isn't, it's going to be a business, and we are trying to see, about building a team and wanting to be a really good employer that can offer benefits and offer for moms to be able to work like during their schedule, to be able to be moms first. Like that's always been a big thing. I've owned a housekeeping company for 15 years, and that's always been something important to me, that moms can get their kids off of the bus and, be back off of work before they get off the, school bus, and take days off when they need to, and, to be a mom first. And if we can be a blessing and build a team like doing that, then that's just amazing, but I think a lot of what we're going to be doing, we're going to be able to work it out for moms to be moms, and there'll be men in the schedule and stuff too, but moms will always be my heart in all of this, and all the hearts. I wish I could record this. Yeah, and so we're working with like some amazing people that are working with my husband to start setting up like trademark lawyers, and we have a logo that just means the world to me, and I don't want to announce it yet until we get it registered, but it totally is our family legacy, and when you guys see it, you'll understand when I tell you. But I don't want to show it yet because it's not registered, and we want to make sure that we keep it safe until it is. But anyways, yeah, so let me see if there's questions. I'm like a little shaky, and my screen likes to freeze up. There's so many people. Let's send more hearts so these lives reach more people. Ooh, do they reach more people when there's hearts? Send hearts. I didn't know that. Send hearts. Thank you, Go Viral Tech. Yeah, look at all those hearts. I'm so happy for you. Oh, thank you. Such a blessing to us. Thank you. I'm trying not to cry. I just used my green onions that have been stored in a jar in water for 3 weeks, and they're green and so fresh. Thank you. Mine are still right here. These are from July. I'm gonna change the water out, but I keep breaking them. They're so long, and then I cut them back and they grow back. But oh my goodness, there's so many hearts. Okay, let me look. Am I on TikTok? Yeah, TikTok, everywhere it's The Cross Legacy. So TikTok's The Cross Legacy, and then there's a 1. But so far, I'm just like redoing the reels that I do on here. And then I just started, YouTube is YouTube The Cross Legacy, and I've been putting oh my gosh, there's so many hearts. So yeah, Cross Legacy 1 on TikTok, The Cross Legacy on YouTube. Patreon is The Cross Legacy. There's a Cross Legacy public page that anybody can join. And then there's the Cross Legacy private page. And that private page is only for Patreon members. So it's a $10 a month for Patreon members. And they get live access to me all the time. Like that is to build a community of mostly moms, and get to know each other, and ask questions and all the things. So I didn't know what Patreon really was going to be, and I'm really learning that my heart is that Patreon is really about that community group and building a community. And I'm in a lot of other groups that I pay like $35 to $40 to be a part of these groups. Like, we're just doing 10. Like, I rather do $10 and reach the masses than do something really expensive for this that not as many people can do. So that one's patreon.com, and then the / The Cross Legacy, and then that gets you to the private Facebook page. So if people are requesting to be on the private Facebook page, you have to say your Patreon member number, and that's the only way that we approve in there. So anyways, these hearts are just like, oh my gosh, I have got to figure out, somebody knows the app or whatever it is that does the recording, so I can record the comments. The Lord will send you just the right people for YouTube. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Yeah. So we totally believe that. Like, already, like, I'm like, oh, I might need help with 20 people. There are 20 hours, not 20 people, 20 hours. And like, already I'm like calling them. I'm like, I need you 40 hours, and we need to figure an assistant for the assistant. Like, this is just like, but yeah, I have not done anything else but the Cross Legacy 18 hours a day since this went viral on October 13th. Like, me being able to reach every single message is just so important to me. And I mean, a lot of you guys know that, I mean, I answer every single question. When people are asking questions, that's me answering every single question. And so, like, that's super important. Like, I want to be able to teach you my skills and take pictures and show you videos and show you my heart and connect with moms and the Patreon group and all the other fluff that makes a blogging business and all this other things. Like, we can hire people to help us do that, that I can do this and I can make connections with you guys, because that's what my heart is really these relationships. Amy Lou, I'm not Amy Lou, I'm Amy Lynn, but I'm so proud of you guys. I've always knew you would impact the world. This possibility. I am so proud of you guys. I always knew you would impact this world so positively. Oh. Okay. All right. Maybe you're like, Joseph's teaching us to store and save food. I really believe that everybody needs to learn how to store and save some food. So if it's for a week, if it's for a month, if it's just for whatever, if it helps you not go to the grocery store every single day, or not take takeout every single day, and you ended up going 2 days without going to the grocery store, and that changed your life, that maybe that's what it is. It doesn't have to be a 20-year prepper pantry and you're ready for the end of the world. Like, whatever it does to help prepare your family a little bit more than what it was. For us, it was learning how to go to the grocery store once every 3 weeks and keeping produce fresh the entire time. And with doing that, we realized how much money we were saving, because we weren't nickeling and diming our budget, and we were able to save up for like big purchases from a farmer for our meat for the year, and to know that we have all the things. So if I couldn't go to the grocery store, I've canned items, I have items in the freezer, I have items in the pantry. I'm trying to teach people through the book. If you haven't got the book yet, it's free. It's just free for you guys, and it really teaches you how to take $300, and if you were going to start a brand new pantry all on your own with $300, like moving out, as a young adult, and everything that you would need to buy to really like be able to make meals for like 2 months for your family, like from breakfast and desserts and homemade pizza and all the things. But if you have those items in your house, I can teach you how to make all these meals from it, and it's not a crazy, it's not a crazy budget. Like, $300 to buy all the spices you need and flour and all the things, to be able to really fill up like an apartment size refrigerator and an apartment size cabinet. For years, this is a brand new cabinet right here, but this cabinet, the same size one, this was our entire pantry. Like our entire pantry of our house was in this little cabinet right here. And I just had to make it work. And we have food allergies, and so I learned how to do things with single ingredient items that didn't make our family sick. But that's all the space we had we've lived in this house 18 years. For the last 18 years, it's just been this last year that we've been able to, well, this is what happened. Here, let me tell you. But we are in the middle of a kitchen remodel. See the no hood, and there's plastic everywhere and in the middle of the kitchen remodel. But in one of the bedrooms, which is an extra bedroom now that there's nobody in it, I had set up these big shelves like you get at Home Depot. There's a picture of them somewhere on my feed. And that was our kitchen from Valentine's Day until the summer. I had no stove. My stove was in the living room and not plugged in, had no stove. And my refrigerator was in the living room, not plugged in. Or no, the refrigerator was plugged in. It was in there, but it was still in the living room. No water. That's what I meant to say. And then our kitchen was in a bedroom, and we had one hot plate and an Instapot and Ninja air fryer. And so I cooked all of our meals from scratch for the first 6 months like that. But the only thing we had in the kitchen was the sink. But then for the last 2 months, like August, September this year. So July we started the blog, and then August and September I didn't have a kitchen sink. Every single thing that I made I cleaned in the bathtub in tubs, and to make sure it didn't touch, the bathtub, all the things, because I'm a little OCD about stuff. But yeah, so when I finally got my stove back, I didn't have a sink, and now we don't have a hood, and we don't have things, like it's not all the way done yet. It's getting there. And now they're working on the living room, trying to get the popcorn ceilings off and stuff, and they promised me before Thanksgiving. So but we haven't had a big pantry this whole time. So now that when I show pictures of this big pantry, it's not the pantry we've had for 18 years. This is the pantry we've had for the last year. And we had it because I was using those shelves as our entire kitchen for this almost year-long episode of remodeling our house. But you can do it. You can do it in a little tiny kitchen, and that being your only pantry. And you can use other closets if you need to, or whatever. But as you keep buying more things that are single ingredient items and cooking a little bit more, you'll see how much less space it takes up. So I'm going to scroll through. It gets stuck on questions. How did you get my name? Okay. So our last name is Cross. So that one was easy. And then I've always believed in building a legacy and generational change into my grandma believed in that. Like my grandma on my mom's side, she always wanted us grandkids to like have a better life than what she could provide for the kids. And she and my grandpa, who died sooner, they worked really hard at just trying to make sure us grandkids like really had all the things that they couldn't do when they were raising their 8 kids. And she's the one that canned and all the things, and they had like a great big garden. And my grandpa passed away when I was like 13, and he was like one of the biggest and influential people in my life. And then my grandma passed away right as a young adult, and so this is funny. So I grew up on a big farm, and we had like the big house and the little house next door. And on my other side of the family, so grandparents have always been a big thing in my life, but on the other side of my family, my grandma had passed away when I was 2, and so my grandpa owned the farm, the dairy farm, and so we ended up I was 2. So my parents lived in the little house next door when they were married, and then they moved into the big house with my grandpa when after my grandma passed away. So when I was 2 years old, I grew up in the big house, and then over the years we rented out the little house and stuff. So this has so many stories right here, but anyways, anyways, when my grandpa passed away, on the other side, my mom's dad, my grandma moved in. So my grandma and my grandpa lived in the same house, but it was my mom's mom and my dad's dad. And at one point they knew that they needed to go to an assisted living house after, like, let's see, we lived in the same house. They were just best friends, like nothing, like they were just friends, but they almost ended up getting married so they could go to the same assisted living house together, because they had just became so close, and that was the only way that they could possibly do that. But it didn't happen. But it was so funny because it was my mom's mom and my dad's dad, and we grew up like on this big farm, like all together, and that was just how I grew up. And so it's just pretty exciting that even though, like, I don't have my grandparents still here, that my kids get to see, like, my husband's grandma, be 93 and get to live such a long, healthy life. And so, yeah. So anyways, so I've always believed in older women mentoring younger women, and generational change. And my grandma was huge about praying for us and wanting to see us live a better life, and just have different opportunities than her kids had. And we've always wanted that for our kids, just to, not just our lives changing, but we want our kids' lives changing and our grandkids' lives changing, and to change that whole structure of the family tree, and just, that there's not so many broken hearts, or in our family, we don't have problems with drugs or anything like that, that like we've been able to protect our family from things that other people struggle from, and so yeah, just generational change, leaving a legacy. And then our last name was Cross. So that was a really long explanation, but probably, I don't know. There you go. I'll say, since I've been talking about all this, anyways, but I grew up at Cooper's Corner, and Mrs. Cooper was over 100 years old, and she was our neighbor, but she was like family, and she's like the other person in my life that for the last 10, 15 years of her life, as I was like junior high, high school, and in college, and well, even newly married, we were there every single day. We were helping take care of her and spending time with her, and just all the things that I learned from her. And she was over 100 when she passed away. I think she was 101 or 102. And it's just like all the things that you learn from people that grew up at the end of the 1800s, that, like she was born in the 1890, whatever, it's just crazy to me. But I think we've kind of lost that as a society, that we think that we know better than anybody else, or we watch something one time on TikTok and that's the answer, or on social media, and don't really think about like how that person learned something, or where they got that knowledge from, or why they're teaching it. And not that I have all the answers at all, like I'm not saying that, but like the things that I try to teach are things that I've been doing for a really, really long time, and if it's something I'm brand new trying, I'll let you know. But it's not where I just threw strawberries in a jar one time and they were pretty and I left them there. Like, these are things that we've been doing for years, and we know they work. And so even if you try it and it doesn't work one time from you, like, talk to me and let me know, and let me help you walk through and see where the mistake was, or where, what happened, because I know that you can save your produce longer. Like, I truly believe it. I'm not just here for followers. I'm not just here to like have fame or whatever. I'm really, really here because I want to change families, and I want to help people have groceries in their house and not worry about it, and not worry about if the power went out and what were they going to do. Like, you know, it was a big thing a couple weeks ago. The power was out, and like, do people know what they can make for dinner if there's no power for the night? Like, even for one night, can you make meals for your family for one night, you know, and have something in your house for one night if you don't have power, you know? And those kind of things, like, we tease my husband that he's a Boy Scout. He was never a Boy Scout, so he's gonna laugh at me. But we tease him that he's a Boy Scout. But really, I mean, he's always made sure we have backups for the backups. And, you know, if we don't have heat here, we have a heat source here, or we keep this blanket in case it's gonna be cold, or, you know, like, I'd rather get rid of other clutter things, but in an emergency know that we're okay. And, you know, that's important to me. And you don't know what that emergency is going to be. Like, we don't know if there's going to be an earthquake or something that, you know, breaks all my jars. But, you know, you have to try to do the best you can to provide for your family. My husband's like, need more cookies? You know where the cookies are. Let's see. I hope you can establish your own site where you, thecrosslegacy.com. So, Viral Tech. If you go to the links in the bio, if you click on my face, you go to links in the bio, there's thecrosslegacy.com. The very first post on there is the free ebook that's 175 pages long, and it's totally free. There's 15 of us that wrote this book all together. My chapter is on building a pantry, and then my other chapter is on strawberries in a jar, which is funny because I wrote it before it went viral. And so I wrote it way back in August, and we went viral about this in October. So anyways, all the instructions have been there forever, all written out pretty for you guys, or nice for you. But anyways, so if you go to there, all the links are all there. So thecrosslegacy.com is the blog, patreon.com/thecrosslegacy. Facebook's The Cross Legacy, TikTok's The Cross Legacy 1, YouTube is The Cross Legacy. Everything is The Cross Legacy. The Cross Legacy. I think I even got a Twitter account just to make sure that we had it. And, but I haven't done anything on it, honestly. It's just there. Do you collect emails? Yes. The email list, everybody that's on the email list is getting the free ebook. So when you sign up for the free ebook, you're on the email list, and vice versa. I will never ever be somebody that spams you. I hate spam. Like, I hate spam. I hate junk mail. I hate it. So, like, at most, it would be like one email a week. At most. I can't even imagine it being one email like a week. But I will never be one to send out 10 emails a day, just so you know. Just so you know, it's safe to sign up for an email with me. Anyways, yeah, there's 2 places on the blog to put your emails in so we can collect that. We already have like a pretty big email list. I'm just looking through the questions. Can't wait for your book. Thank you. So there's one book right now that's free on the blog, thecrosslegacy.com. And then we're hoping to start writing a book about our story and with some recipes and all those things in January. So, yeah, that's scary. I actually wrote it down as a goal for January. And my November goal was to actually get behind the camera. So I have done that. This is like the 8th time I've got behind the camera. Thank you for praising Jesus. Always. Let's see. Got the name. We did that. You should show my Airbnb host how to grow green onions. So they need to know how to grow green onions. I did it in one of the videos, but it's super easy. You just green onions. Yeah, it's just filtered water. Somebody had a problem with theirs dying, and it was the tap water. I think that was the problem. But then yeah, these have been here since July And then I had another set before that were in the fridge. This one's broken. It's driving me crazy. That were in the fridge, but they were in the fridge because we were doing a remodel, and they were getting dusty inside of the, when I cut them off, they were getting dusty in there, and that was grossing me out. So anyways, yeah, they're just in filtered water. Sometimes I'll remove some of the skins a little bit. And then every once in a while, I'll just get tired of them and I'll cut them back. And like this one, I'm going to cut in about 3 seconds here because it's driving me nuts. But they sit on my windowsill, and then when we open and close the window, then then they break off. But yeah, I just cut it off, and then I'll probably chop this up and put it in a little jar to put in the fridge. And then they just keep growing back. So like 2 times a year, I'll just get tired of them and buy new ones, honestly. And sometimes I'll just plant those out in the garden, and they just keep growing. So people are buying badges. This is crazy. I have a little neighbor friend that knows all about my garden, or not my garden, my farm. She grew up across the street from us. All the things. Yeah, I'm always saying that lately. All the things. If you do lives on TikTok, can you reach a lot of people? Maybe I can't say that. Simultaneously lives. I don't know. I only have, I have 69,500 followers on Instagram. That's just crazy. Like crazy. Our goal for November was 5,000. We have 69,000. Like, I don't even get it. Like, we're 4 months in. But TikTok, I don't have that many followers yet. There's only like 300 over there. So I hadn't been on TikTok very much before this. So if you're on TikTok, go follow me over there. But YouTube is what I really want to grow, is what I'm going to be really working on, especially after the holidays, to do instructional videos that are edited in there, and then they can be longer. But the goal is to do 2 cameras at once, probably. And then our local market just asked me tonight if I would come in and do a live event there in January. So we're going to do something live in front of people again. So poor Dave's, woohoo! And we're going to do a live event in January there after the holidays. And then I have another live event December, whatever that first Friday is. December, I have my calendar right here. Let me look. December 3rd, I'm going to do another live presentation, and we're gonna video that too, so people can ask questions. And the last one we had like 20 people at. It was so crazy. It was just, people were taking notes. It was, I don't know. It just, people want to hear about me talking about my fridge. It's mind blowing to me. But yeah, let me see. Oh, my questions are stuck. I don't want to end it. Shared info on avocados that I learned from you. Yay! With the young man at Costco. He was dumbfounded, right? Like, I had no idea it was the lemons that were helping. So that article, the avocado article, has been shared 7 times around the world. So we're up to 11 articles total, like worldwide articles. I just don't even get it. I don't even. Yeah. I would have never guessed it was lemons. I just liked how they looked in the drawer. If you want to be honest. So awesome. Okay, Biotech, you just need to message me. Like, you have all the info. So just message me. It'll be me that answers. So great that you were able to get a team. Yeah, it's just been God. Just to have other moms that need to work during nap times and need something that is a legit employment, and to be able to say, like, we want to be a good employer, and we want to be able to do this, and we just now need to figure out how to do it to be able to build a team. But I truly believe that the right people are getting lined up to do that. So yeah, so we are officially building a team, and as of today, we're officially licensed and going to build this as a business, and then someday as a business and a foundation to help more families. Thanks, Rachel. Let's see. You're a blessing to everyone. Praying God blesses you and takes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I truly just want to be a blessing, and I want to try to help more families. So, you know, answering questions and connecting and all the things like that is just 100% my heart. 100%. Like, let's see. We have a lot of joins. Let's see if there's questions here. How do you get the book? Oh, go to thecrosslegacy.com, and it's the top post, and there is a place to put your email, and then when you go into your email, you get the book, and it's so large, it's 175 pages, that you have to open it from a computer. You can't open it from your phone. So just go to thecrosslegacy.com, sign up with your email. It's the very first post at the top, and then you'll get the email. See, book. Yes, there is a free book right now, and that's with 15 other bloggers that all took the course together with Lisa Bass, Farmhouse and Boone, and so we all made this book together. I wrote 2 of the chapters in the book. One's about strawberries in jar, which I did this summer, and the other one's about building a pantry, like just the $300. You're just moving out, like first time adult, like pantry. And then we are going to start writing a book in January. So I'm claiming it. We are going to start writing a book in January to talk about our family story, or my story. Maybe it just starts with my story, but and these tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And if you're just joining, like, I'm working really, really hard. I think that there is something I might be able to get out to people before Christmas. That's like a merchandise item that could be like a Christmas present for almost any mom that you know that would want this. So it's like a special thing that will be made in America and be non-toxic, and hopefully be something that you pass down to your grandkids. I am playing with those onions, and now my fingers smell because I was playing with them. Okay. Do I have a mini course already? No, not yet. The Viral Tech, just email me or message me. We just started this. We just started this on July 1st. It's been 4 months. 4 months since we started this. And yeah, just trying to get blog posts out has been crazy. Like, we're trying to get blog posts out for next week so we can take, a couple days off for Thanksgiving, and yeah, we just need to build a team. We need to build a team and to keep growing this, which just in the last couple weeks, we're already getting there. I don't know if my husband's saying he's working on it, or he's working on building a farm, or he wants cookies. I think it's probably the cookies. So I only baked 9 the other night when I baked them, and I put the rest of the cookie dough in the freezer, so we didn't eat them all. So even though I made them a little bit healthier with monk fruit instead of sugar, but we still didn't need to eat them all. So everybody's been asking where the cookies are, like everybody that comes to my house. Let's see. I'm gonna just scroll here. I know it's awkward when I scroll, but I kind of like these live questions. It makes me not feel so intimidated, and I like answering your questions. Love the story of the Cross Legacy. Thank you. That just means, the Cross Legacy just means so much to us. So I will say this, in our logo, it says the Cross Legacy, and the T on the cross, the T on there we go, is a cross. So even though it's our last name, there's also a cross in it, for a Christian cross. What would you say your most important ingredient in your pantry is besides vinegar? Rice or beans. Or brown rice, but rice and beans. You can do that with hot water easily in an emergency if you need to, and you have emergency food. So vinegar, rice, and beans. So there you go. So Let's see. Keep scrolling. A flood. Yep. We actually don't have to worry about a flood where we are right now, but earthquakes or a volcano erupting. You couldn't find the stock link. Oh, what day is it? Is that up yet? The stock. Let me see. We're working days ahead. I gotta think about that. What did we post the other day? We posted the stuffing. The stock goes up on Sunday. Yeah. So big guys, girl 101. I don't even know what your thing is. The stock recipe will be live on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. So, yeah, we're working a couple posts ahead so we can try to get Thanksgiving post lined up so we don't have to work over Thanksgiving weekend. But yeah, it's all ready to go, and then it'll go live on Sunday morning. So the Thanksgiving stuffing just went out yesterday. So, like, I never thought I would share this, but my secret stuffing recipe that I've made for like the last 15 years that has like sourdough and apples and pine nuts. Those are, people are texting me. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I get scroll brain. But anyways, the stuffing recipe that I had like made from scratch and I've like tweaked it over the last 15 years, that recipe is on the blog right now, and then the stock recipe will go up on Sunday. So it's all ready to go. It's just sitting there waiting for Sunday. So that'll be soon. But that way you guys can keep your turkey carcass and make broth after after Thanksgiving. Yes, we are in Washington. There is a great big volcano that we can see that is dormant. Yeah. But if you look, I post pictures about it, but Mount Rainier is literally out my back window. I can see it. So you have a black thumb. I have a lot of plants. Yes, there's hope for you. There is hope for a black thumb. Oh, my auntie's on here. I haven't told my auntie yet, so if she's still on here, I think she is. But the logo, that is official. Ooh. I said I wasn't going to say it, but it has a great big branch on it. So, and my family, and my grandparents, their last name was Branch. And so the branch will always represent my family. And so, anyways, Auntie Lee, if you're still on there, this cross legacy and the logo, it has a great big branch on it. So that represents the family as a whole. The whole family. Lives on TikTok, get big reach. Yep. Go viral. You just need to like talk to me. Just send me a message. I will talk to you. Anyone can do anything as long as you're willing to learn. Amen. Yes. Aldi, my husband says I kill plants, hence the black thumb. I have so many plants, it's ridiculous. Somebody was over one day and they're like, I can see 28 plants from where I'm sitting. And my problem is, here, let me grab them. My problem is I like to propagate like the plants. This one needs to be in a plant or in dirt, but I have these all over that I just cut off and made new roots, and then I just get more and more plants. But I don't really buy plants; they're just all babies and grandbabies of my big plants. So, anyways, my plant's like a legacy too. I don't know, but yeah, I have a lot of plants. In the middle of this remodel, it's like crazy because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's only 7 plants on my kitchen counter. My whole bedroom has all the rest of the plants in it that couldn't handle the all the dust that's happening with the ceiling being removed. And yeah, there's just plants everywhere. But anyways, I don't buy them though. I think it's really neat when I get a plant from somebody else, or I get it as a gift. My husband will give them to me for like Mother's Day or something, and then I remember, I got it from whatever. But there's one plant downstairs. I'll bring it up for Thanksgiving. But I have a huge Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus that's blooming right now. And there was this little itty bitty baby plant when we moved into this house 18 years ago that somebody from our church gave us as a housewarming gift, and it was just this little tiny plant, and now it's like 18 years later, it's huge and it's blooming and it's crazy, and that's what I love. So a string of dolphins, I I don't know why I don't like those. They don't like me. But let's see. All right, Go Viral Tech's gonna message me. Hey, can I ask what's in the jars behind me? Yeah, these are all canned like correctly. They're not just in jars. I just have to say that every time I say something, that these were either water bath canned or pressure canned according to what the item is and what it's supposed to do. And after the holidays, I'll be doing some canning videos. So anyways, these are not just things that are just put in jars. So I just wanted to clarify. But up at the top, there's a salsa. That one's either, there's some over here too, I can't tell. But one of them, I think it's mango salsa that's on the end, and carrots and beets and green beans and peaches and pears. And then we go down to the second aisle or row down there, and that one has tomato sauce and diced tomatoes. I did 150 pounds of tomatoes this year. And beets, and then there's pickles, and then there's pretty much the same things here, and then in the pantry I have different ones. Let's see. So I'll be doing some canning videos on stuff that I consider winter canning, and then in the next summer I'll be doing like more water bath canning. So this, in the winter time, I do more pressure canning where you need like I have an all-American canner, an all-American 921 canner. There's a link to that in my Amazon cart. Did you start the blog in July too? Yeah, on July 1st. Aldi Phonetics. Any tips? I'm thinking about starting a blog, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I started the blog, and the somebody's messaging me, and later they're gonna realize I was on live and they missed it. Oh, my phone's gonna die. I started the. Let me grab a charger. Hold on. Don't leave me. I'm right here. Do I have the cord? I started the blog and the, sorry, let me plug this in. I didn't realize it was so loud. Well, I didn't realize it was going to talk so long. Hold on, I'm going to switch it out. Region. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was like down to 7%. Okay, I started the blog and the Instagram like the same day, which was kind of funny. I had just started thinking about doing a blog or something, and I was on Jordan Page's Shelf Cooking, and I think the first thing that I posted a picture about my fridge. Yeah, the fridge. No, let me see. Okay, well, there was two. One was about blueberries and the other one was about a fridge, and I was just answering questions on there. I wasn't like trying to do anything. I'm on all these mommy groups because I just believe in mentoring other moms and helping. And so I answered a question, and Jordan posted it as a spotlight, the picture. And then it was the fridge first, sorry. I just wanted to tell the story right. But the fridge was first. So she posted the fridge and she tagged me on my Instagram account, but I hadn't honestly been on there in years, and I only had like 13 posts on it, like ever, because I just used it to like follow other people. And so then she like, you really need to do something with this. And at the time, the blueberries that we were talking about had lasted 4 weeks, and she wanted to talk about them. And those same blueberries ended up they lasted 8 weeks, but 7 weeks was where you would still want to eat them. By 8 weeks, they were shriveled up. But anyways, so I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Scroll brain is what we call it. But anyways, so I decided right then when she was going to share it again that I needed to start an Instagram that was just solely based on that. And that was at the same time that I was starting this class to kind of think about learning how to blog. And so, so that was right at the end of June, like July 1st, like over the 4th of July weekend, I like made my first post on the Instagram and on the blog. And then, and let's see, October 12th or October 13th, that morning, we were gaining 35 people a day with our reach. Like, we were starting to gain 35 people a day, which I was super happy with. We had the night before we had hit 35 3,900 people, and I had friends over for dinner, and we were all celebrating that we got to 3,900 people, and like it was a super exciting thing. And then the next morning we went viral, and it was so crazy. Like by the end of the day, we had 25,000 people because of the strawberries in the jar thing got passed around, and I lost count, but the last time I had looked, it got like passed around more than 13.5 million times. And then, so by the end of that day, it was 25,000. And 2 days later, we were up to 65,000 people that were following us. And, but then we went into a shadow ban for like 2 weeks with Instagram, where they think that you're like a robot, or that you're like buying followers, which we weren't doing any of that. And they like don't let you shadow ban. They don't let you people see you as much, so people had to like search for you instead of them seeing it. So even during that 2-week shadow ban, we were still like creeping up, and right now we're at 69.5 thousand followers, and we want to hit 70 like so bad. So share me with your friends. But anyways, if we hit 70, it would just like it is just incredible. But we haven't been losing followers either, so it's just slowly been gaining. But I noticed too, like it truly seems like the people that are following us want to be here, and they want to learn. And so we very rarely have to delete anything or see somebody that's like not here for the right reasons. So that's really nice too, to know that people just truly want to learn about groceries and produce and feeding their families, or just want to support the Cross Legacy. So I'm thinking about starting a blog. I don't know anything about it. So how I started it was I took Lisa Bass's Farmhouse on Boone, her Create a Blog course, and it was so good. And you get to be a part of a community when you're doing that. So she walked you through everything step by step, what you needed to do. And now I'm just realizing that like I just need help doing stuff, but it totally helped me do all the first steps to get things set up. So eat the frozen cookie dough. Oh, we do that. Like, let's see. Thank you for being here too. Somebody said thank you for spending their time with us. We struggle with beans because of gout with my husband. It's for rice, yeah. Well, whatever. Quinoa, like whatever it is. Buckwheat. I didn't realize until, random squirrel, sorry. I didn't realize until the other day that buckwheat is not a grain. It's actually part of the rhubarb family. So I learned something the other day. I did know it was gluten-free, but I didn't know that it was that. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to be the 16th, big guys. Oh, I see your, okay, with your name. Let's see. I'm from Bellingham. Okay, on stock link. I thought it said the 17th. Oh, it did. I'm sorry. We originally were going to do, yes, I didn't realize I posted that anywhere. But we were originally going to do the stock first and then the stuffing, and then I realized that people would need to go grocery shopping before, they would probably go grocery shopping before Sunday for Thanksgiving, and so we switched them. So, yeah, I did switch those because I was worried that people needed to go grocery shopping and I didn't want to do it on Sunday. So we switched those too, but the stock is coming. So you need celery, onions, and carrots, and your chicken stock, and that's it. So if you have all those things already and you're ready, just let me know. But otherwise, it'll be up on Sunday. So yeah, we did switch that to make it so people could go grocery shopping if they wanted to go get the stuffing stuff. Okay. Oh, I kind of know too. Even, I have plants everywhere. Plants everywhere. Okay, I think we're, oh no, it's stuck. There's more. Oh, thank you. God bless you and everyone here. Mango salsa. Yes, there's mango salsa up there. Scrolling. I can't wait to learn and implement your produce ways. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. I think we're caught up on questions. Are there any more? I'll give it like 2 more seconds and then. Send a request to be on a video. Sometimes this gets stuck. You're ready. Just message me about the stock and I'll help you if you want to do it this weekend. So it's not hard to do at all. So I've been doing your produce. Oh, there now the questions are coming in. I've been doing your produce wash for 6 weeks and we eat more fruit. Yay! So have a wonderful weekend. You too. We're hoping that we get the living room put back together so we can get down the hallway, because there's all the stuff is down the hallway that should be in the living room. And we need this all put back together before Thanksgiving. Oh wait, okay. There we go. All right, any last questions? Gonna give it 1 more minute. So anyways, everybody just happy birthday to my grandma. and that was why we came on here. So I just always want to remember like how great she is, and that she is still alive and kicking, and that we signed up as a business today on her birthday, so we can always remember that forever. So I will save this video and I'll probably put it up on YouTube so you can check it out over there and follow us on YouTube. And then people bought badges, like that's exciting. So anyways, I'm really excited for that. That this is just growing, and I'm going to try to like get on here as much as I can and just keep answering questions as much as I can. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I love canning. Can't wait for winter canning. Right? Yeah, but after the holidays. So, yeah, I will be doing winter canning. Yeah, which is mostly pressure canning after the holidays, and then next spring and summer when the harvest kind of things come in again, then we'll start doing water bath canning, because I don't really do anything water bath in the winter time. And that's maybe a little bit. We froze some berries last summer that I might make some jam, but right now they're in the freezer and doing fine. I don't need freezer room right this second. So anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. This will be on YouTube for the replay if you want to listen to the whole thing. And just thank you for wanting to learn a little bit more about our story. And I think this is going to end up in a book someday. So soon, like soon. But anyways, I'll just remind you one more time, thecrosslegacy.com. At the very top is where you sign up for emails, and that is where you sign up for emails, and there's the free ebook right now that's 175 pages long that you have to open on a computer because it's so big. And then all the blog posts are on the Cross Legacy Instagram. I post every single day. Like there's not a day that goes by that I don't post what's happening live every day. Well, I don't go live, but like when I post a produce picture like today, it's not something that's saved in my phone. It's like, you know, strawberries that are 2.5 weeks old that are in my fridge right now, like those kind of things. And then there's a public Facebook page that everybody can be on. Oh, there's hearts. I'm like, oh, people like me. Sorry. Anyways, there's a public Facebook page for everybody, and then there's a private Facebook page, and that is only that one is only for Patreon members. So that is if people want to join Patreon, which is $10 a month, and that helps us grow a team. Like that's our whole goal, is to grow a team. And by supporting us there, you get access to that free Patreon group. And you know, that's where I'm going to be answering turkey questions on Wednesday and Thursday and those kind of things. But that group is to try to build like a community group for other families to get to know each other. So on Instagram, you don't really know the other people that you're talking to, and in that group, that's what we really hope to do, is to help build that group. So anyways, The hearts just freak me out. Thank you. So, anyways, thank you for being here, and have a great weekend. And I probably won't be back on at all this weekend because they're going to be working on the remodels. So it was just quiet here tonight, and I thought I would jump on. So, yeah. So this will be on YouTube, The Cross Legacy. So I will see you later. Thanks for being here. Good night.